Dead Into Games. I'm Dead Cowboy, and we are playing some Space Engineers. Now, it's been a while since I put a video. We've been playing. It's kind of slow going, and we've been busy doing other things. Networking, trying to, get new members, / more subscribers. I'm excited because I logged on yesterday to my YouTube account just to check it out because I was planning on posting a bunch of new videos, but unfortunately I had a hard drive failure, so I lost all my cache of videos on other things that I was doing. Fortunately, those series that I was working on weren't very popular to begin with. Space Engineers seems to be people a lot more interested in doing it. I've gotten 12 subscribers now, which I'm sure a lot of people will be like, oh, 12 subscribers ain't a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. I've been doing this for about a month, and for the longest time I was stuck on like 8 subscribers, and like 6 of them are friends of mine. So I had like 2, what I would guess you would consider legitimate subscribers, as in people with no personal interest, only interest in my videos. So, but I just got bumped up to 12. It'd been a few days since I looked at it, so it could have been more gradual than that. And you never know with YouTube, because it seems like sometimes it takes forever to update. Because when I first started, I had some friends that told me that they subscribed, and it took like a day and a half for me to even see it. I don't know if it was something I was doing wrong or not, but anyways, what I've been working on here is Gotchik's mining ship that she's been wanting. As you can see, I've got, whoa, I'm kind of a little close to the edge there, but I've got 4 mining drills on it. Those are going to be connected by conveyor belts because the last patch added conveyor belts, and I'm probably going to route them through here and then attach them to this large cargo container, which really is the only cargo container on a small ship that seems to hold a worthwhile amount. If I can actually open it and see. The medium one isn't horrible. The small one's just like, that would be a cargo container you'd want to put on a combat ship for like field repairs if you're playing on a PvP server or something like that, so you could have some basic supplies, maybe ammunition, extra ammunition, something around those lines. I've gotten quite a bit done on the server, or well, I guess you could call it the server, but on the station here. Not as much as I would like, but I've been delaying continuing this series because both Gotchik and Gray, who has not been on any of my videos yet, I've done one video with him. He's been busy playing Elder Scrolls Online, which I can't blame him. It's an awesome game. I might even do some videos on it because he's been putting off doing it because he's been having internet issues. But then I heard the other day that he's got them fixed, so I'm probably just gonna bully him into doing it because I know that he's got some fans, people like Gray. And then hopefully tonight the plan is to actually finally start working on a 7 Days to Die series, and possibly even some Star Trek Online, which I just recently downloaded and started playing. I've gotten up to a commander rank. So what I guess I'm going to do for the content of this video, as I had already tried recording this video and it got screwed up with some background noise I wasn't aware of, is do some salvaging. As you can see, I had already started in the video before. Just get some more building material because my mining ship isn't done, and I personally think it's a little bit better to salvage components when at least when you're first starting. Now you could obviously manufacture components and supplies a lot better and faster if you had all the appropriate equipment, but we don't even have a refinery on our station. we've been using the refinery on our little starter ship, which I think is down here. Oh, and before I get into too much of the salvaging, what I plan here is use some of the new glass that was added in the previous patch, not the recent patch, but the last patch before that. And this is going to be kind of like an overview of our landing bays, because this is going to be a research and development in survival. The whole goal of this series is to see how practical, what kind of, discover and create some practical builds of ships. So when you're on a PvP server, because you see all of these creative videos, which nothing wrong with them. I love some of the creations. I'm actually considering, and you can post in comments if you'd like to see me review other people's builds, or maybe even you have a build of your own you'd like to share to the Steam Workshop and have me check it out. Maybe even have the whole team check it out. I keep forgetting to grab material. But anyways, back to the salvaging, because I've been not the most interesting aspect of the game, but it really is going to get more interesting once we get the facility done. And it's just a lot of work. My buddy Noah, who's been helping me a lot, hasn't been on recently. And I'll be honest, I haven't been playing it very much either myself. I've been busy doing other things. Me and Gotchick are making a bunch of videos. Gray's going to help me tonight make some more videos, and maybe Gotchick will get off of work early enough and she'll be in on them. Because we are preparing to launch the Dead Entity channel. That's the main channel. That's where everybody is going to be posting our group videos and membership videos, if we have any recordings of like any of our various guilds and group activities. I've been planning on doing a Rust raid where I'll just select a random server, get everybody on it that I can, and collaborate to just basically pwn the entire server until we either get people to cry for mercy or get kicked off the server, which I've had happen to me several times. Used to play with another gentleman. That's how Dead Entity got started. He was the entity in Dead Entity, but I don't know what, he kind of disappeared, fell off the face of the game world. Personally, think he got a girlfriend, but that's just me presuming things. Who knows? Maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't, but I've been carrying on. But the whole point of bringing that up was we were playing on this, actually a couple servers, but there was one where we literally had 13 people. A couple of them were in small groups, and then a bunch of individuals that were just basically all running at a little rad town. And we just kept killing them. And by the time we got done, we had killed 13 people. Everybody was screaming hacker. Even though we don't use hacks. Nobody in Dead Entity, to my knowledge, uses hacks. If I ever discovered somebody using hacks, I would kick them, because I don't like that. But you know how it is. And the owner of the server / admin reviewed and said that no, we weren't using hacks, that we were playing completely legit, and then told us privately to cool it down, not go so hard on people. I guess we were just too good for them, whatever, So the very next day after that warning, for whatever reason, it was keep in mind, this is a PvP server, that wasn't a PvE server, so I don't know why people get mad and cry when they die, but they do. We had we decided to, like, you know, go ahead and lay low. We were focusing on building an awesome base off the beaten path. It was way out of the way. It wasn't near any resource spawns. And then some clan or whatever that I guess had donated. We found this out after the fact, but they had donated to the server. And we're building a base, like, literally just a little ways from our base. So we're not sure if they knew our base was there. They had made no contact with us, and we hadn't run across them. And we didn't really want their base right next to our base, so we went into their base, blew in, raided the hell out of it, basically took everything they had, and then walled it up. Like, we griefed their base, and it wasn't to be mean. Like, we don't typically grief bases, but we were trying to force them to relocate. If you don't have a base to come back to because it's destroyed, but instead, since they were donators, they cried to the admin. They had apparently donated a large sum of money, and a lot of the resources they had in their base was given to them by the admin. Didn't even know that you were allowed to do that, but I suppose if it was a significant amount, it was, according to the admin, he didn't give them any weapons or equipment, just some building materials, which we got a hold of a lot of, including, like, I don't know, almost a container full of metal and metal components. So the admin, I guess, refunded them, didn't say anything to us, and also the admin helped them, like, break down all the walls we had put up. So very next day we go back to check it out, and we discover that they had surrounded their base with, like, the small walls, small spiked walls, which are completely useless, by the way. All they do is keep naked people out of your house. Anybody with leather or Kevlar armor and a couple of med packs can just basically tank right through them without any problems. So, once again, there was one guy on this time, so we didn't just straight up attack an empty base a second time, but once again, we attacked, we killed the one guy that was on, killed all the sleepers, looted everything they had. Again, they had like 9 people sleeping in the base on this, like, crazy, ridiculous tower thing that was completely pointless, by the way, because all you had to do was build a staircase on the outside of the base, climb up to the roof, blow a wall out in the tower, because it was a single foundation-wide tower, basically just had a bunch of staircases that went straight up. The only thing I could think of was they were just using it as a sniper tower and thought they were higher and people wouldn't think there was anything there. It turned out most of their loot was in the tower, because they must have thought they were completely safe by making a giant stairwell. All they did was make it take longer to walk up after we blew into the one wall and made a staircase to the roof. But long story made short, after the second incident, the admin basically told us that they were tired of our way we were playing the game and kicked us off of his server. And we had told them that the only reason why we griefed the base, and we'd raided lots of other bases too, don't keep in mind we weren't just picking on them, but we had not griefed any other base. There was a specific point, which I think griefing is the only reason if you're trying to deliberately push them out of a specific area, because they were a large group. It was me, Entity, we had a couple of Canadian friends, not that that really matters. But long story short, we got banned from that server just for basically being too good at the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little story. because I realize salvaging is not the most exciting thing, but as you look to the right there, you can kind of see as I'm salvaging what kind of, ooh, what do we got here? Some large tubes. But what I get from the salvaging efforts. And a good little tip for when you are salvaging is to watch on the right side, watch the components count down, and if it stops, that means your inventory is full, and it's probably better off that you stop salvaging, go empty your inventory and come back, because what happens if you keep on doing it with a full inventory is all the items drop into space, and because I have a high gravity generator on and these ships are within the field of it, it causes, basically, if I drop any items, they go flying that way in space. Basically falling, but eventually they leave the gravity and then it just becomes propelled. It doesn't slow down or stop. Which makes sense. That's what things do in real space, because there's no friction. So, because this video, in my opinion, probably has not been the funnest to watch, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, guys. And the next video I have, I'll probably have this ship done, or maybe I'll do another video of me actually building the ship, because that might be a little more interesting to watch. So, until next time, guys. Bye!